Welcome everyone to another Wednesday night with fundamentals to gain inner peace with your host, Coach Menachem Bernfeld. And tonight we're doing class number 84. And all the past recordings are available on menachembernfeld.com. So you can hop on the wagon, join us on this journey. And tonight we will be discussing a few simple ways how to boost your immune system. Well, basically what we discuss is to be able to relax, and by relaxing, it boosts your immune system. So that's what we will be discussing tonight. Hopefully we'll find some easy ones so that you don't have to sit for an hour and you don't have to take an hour walk, something that you can do pretty easy, pretty simple. So before we start, I'd like to thank our host, OK Clarity. OKClarity.com is the place to find a top-notch therapist, coach, and nutritionist. Their professionals are vetted and have extensive experience working with the Jewish community. If you're in the market for a therapist or the like, or if you are a wellness professional looking to expand, to get more online exposure, go check them out, OKClarity.com. They also have a WhatsApp status you can join. The number is 917-426-1495. That's 917-426-1495. Okay, so let's get started. As always, to become grounded, the here and the now. So take a deep breath and just become aware of where you are. You might be in the middle cooking and listening. That's fine. Just be aware, or maybe driving, listening to recording. What did your day look like? How did you get here? You made it in the last minute, you were in a rush, or maybe you sat here for 10 minutes just relaxing, which is amazing. And just become aware of your surroundings, where you are. If you're sitting, put both of your feet on the ground. Just feel grounded, connected. Right over here, right now. Hopefully there's not too much noise around you. So you can spend a few minutes here, a few minutes for yourself. Some self-care, hopefully some quiet time. And then turn inwards, inside your body, to see what does your body feel. And again, for beginners, sometimes they're not aware of their body feeling anything. But just follow us. Just try to become aware of what you feel, maybe stressed, tense. You can let your shoulders drop. Sometimes we're not aware that we're stressed. Your eyes, your mouth, your jaws, your neck. Just become aware if it's tense or not. Your stomach. Sometimes people feel knot in the stomach and they're so used to it. But with taking a deep breath, you can let it go. And just becoming aware inside how you feel. Beautiful. Okay, so last week, we discussed a little bit of how emotions, those feelings, those emotions, they're information, how they let us know what's going on. And again, to become aware of emotions, not always can we put together the dots to understand exactly what's bothering me, what are the thoughts, why do I feel this way? And you don't always have to know what it is. To be able to relax, it's fine if you don't know. But sometimes you could pick up some information. Sometimes by stopping for a moment and trying to see, what is it? Why do I feel this way? So it tells us information, whether it's at home, at work, socially. maybe loneliness, something that's going on, and it's making us feel this way. So whatever the feeling is, to become aware of the feeling, and sometimes it lets us know some information of what's going on. It helps us on this journey of becoming self-aware, so that we're not reacting always. We're not aware of what's going on. We become aware of what's going on and we make decisions. What can I do about it? Or maybe not. But at least we're in control, we're aware. The week before, we discussed how to sit with negative emotions. And we did start off before that with positive emotions. Because if we're going to become aware, if you're going to become self-aware, so obviously you let whatever it is come up. And there's really no negative and no positive. It's just becoming aware of whatever it is. Some of the emotions we like, some we don't. Some of them we run away. We don't want to feel them. But to become aware and to be able to take some time for ourselves and to be able to relax, these things come up. So we always have to be ready to understand what's coming up and not to get scared. But I think both, whether it's positive or negative, whether it's the emotions you like or you don't like them, by both you have to stop, and there's work to gain that awareness. By positives, you might think people like it, so they sit with it. But the truth is, most people don't sit with it. They don't let it come inside, feel it. It takes a moment. They thank Hashem, maybe. They're like, wow, it worked out. They feel great. And a moment later, they're on to the next worry. But how is that going to work out? And then when that works out, thank Hashem, wow, wow, wow. It's amazing. Baruch Hashem, this worked out. Hashem loves me. It's great. And then we're on to the next. But something else coming up soon. How am I going to manage with tomorrow's thing? How am I going to manage with this and with that? So if we don't stop with the positives, wait. We'll discuss the thing that you're worried in a few minutes. But first, sit, and you can journal and feel it in your body and all your bones. Let it go in. Imagine sitting in the sun. You're on vacation, sitting on the porch, and the sun is shining, and you feel the warm sun. Take a deep breath and just feel it becoming warmer and warmer. Like, wow, just let it in, all the way in. That we need some positives before we go to the negatives. So that's work, that takes some time to become aware of the positives and sit with it. And then we go to negatives. Now, negatives, you don't have to let it in. Negatives usually go in straight away. Something bothers you. You're stressed. You're anxious. You feel it. You don't have to stop. But we're trying to run away from it because it's too hard. Okay, I understand. I understand you want to run away from it. It's not comfortable. You don't like it. But again, if you're going to be running, you won't be able to just be. And to get to that relaxation that we're looking for, not to run away, not to be constantly busy and running because of the negative emotions. We have to learn how to sit and let whatever comes up, come up, whether it's positive and whether it's negative. So that was the past few weeks. And that's what we're going to continue tonight. Basic to understand the nervous system. So there are two levels. One of them, you're aware of what you're anxious. You're worried about certain things. You know exactly what it is. But then inside our body, there are things that may be emotions that are locked up from a long time ago, and you're not aware of it. You can't really pinpoint. Some people who sat in therapy, it takes a while to figure out what's going on, but most people not aware of the deep subconscious emotions. So basically, there are two states that we can be in. One is sympathetic, to be running. It's like fight and flight. That's the sympathetic nervous system response. It's always, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Who's coming in? What's going on? What do I have to do? It's like reacting. That's the fight and flight and freeze response. We discussed it many times. It's either running or shut down. You're shut down and you can't concentrate, you can't do anything. You're not really present. You're not here, you're still running away, but you can't function. So one looks like you're functioning, looks like you're doing great and you're busy a whole day. And at the end of the day, you go to sleep and the next day you wake up and you continue. And hopefully the day is full, which sounds good. But really, if you can't stop for a few minutes, then there might be things you're running away from. And then there's the parasympathetic response. So para is like a parachute. That helps us relax, to calm ourselves down, to be in a relaxed state. So basically, the healthy way is we should be running from one to the other. Many times, yes, you have to be alert, you have to be aware, you have to take care of certain things. And when that's done, you can take a break, take a few minutes, and just get back into that calming state to be relaxed, to help your body relax, not to be stressed. But what we're not aware of, many people are constantly in the sympathetic nervous system, in the fight and flight, and they can't get themselves to relax. And like I mentioned many times, you can be on the couch and it looks like physically you're relaxed because you're doing nothing. Well, if you're on your phone, then sorry, that's not called relaxed. You might be escaping, keeping yourself busy. But even if your phone is not there and you're trying to close your eyes, your mind is probably racing. So you're still tense because the way we think is the way how our body feels. And if in your mind there's stuff racing, you're worried about certain things, you probably feel it in your body. So how do you relax your body? So we mentioned many times, coming up with a few exercises, which we'll do tonight. But the step number one is to actually do the exercise, to do those things, something small. And like we spent many time, we spent a lot of time discussing stress. A lot of sicknesses come just from stress because it affects our immune system. The healthy way to be, just to be in a relaxed state. That's when our body could function, take care of what it needs to do. Hashem put it inside of us, everything that it needs, and we're not even in control, whether it's the breathing, your blood circulating, and just taking care of the inside, being healthy. But when you're stressed, the example is that rubber band. If you have a rubber band, you're pulling as much as possible. So that's not the neutral state. You have to let go so it should be able to sit. But if you pull, after a while, it could crack or it could rip. It's not supposed to be in that state. But again, many times you should be maybe concerned, taking care of things, being busy, that's fine. But after a while, take a break. Okay, done. Now take a few minutes to relax. But if you're in that state, constantly in the state, sympathetic, constantly in that nervous system response when you're in fight and flight the whole time, after a while, you start feeling sick. Your immune system, it can be basic colds or maybe something more serious. You just can't relax. And for those who are aware of the Sarno method, it talks a lot about it. Many times people feel sick, go to the doctor and take all the tests they need. And they're fine, Baruch Hashem. But they can't figure out, what's this all about? Why am I so tired? Why can't I just, what's the pain in my body? And eventually, some of them reach out and learn about something new. It could be something stressful. And when you're aware of the stress, it's maybe easier, but many times the stress is subconscious. So people might say, I'm not stressed. I don't think I'm stressed. I'm fine. I'm doing great. Things at home are good. At work, things are working out. Things are beautiful. So where does stress come in? So they have to understand stress doesn't mean that you're running around wholly stressful. It's if you can't take some time off, if you can't just be, just get grounded, breathe, and relax. If you can't do that for a few minutes, then you're probably stressed. Important awareness. So what I tell people is you have to consciously, you have to have on your list, adding to your to-do list, consciously do relaxation techniques. You have to decide, well, we'll come up with a few in a few minutes, but you have to, if I ask you, what's your way of relaxing? What do you do? What's your answer? And maybe you can share in the, just a second, let me see if you can share. Yeah, if you want, you can share in the chat on the side. Let me know what's that one thing, two things. What's that one thing that you do that you're conscious and you're conscious about it for you to relax, to take it easy. You might be able to take a walk. Those are long, things that take longer. Spend time in nature, which take time. But I do want to thank everyone for the feedback. For those who sent me the email, people really changed, have taken small things, started whether it's a small walk, and they see the change, they feel it. So it's something small, something that you could do, whether it's every day or every few days. Sometimes you could be sitting and reading, whether it's music, a bath, just sitting and doing nothing, which is beautiful. I think for many people that's hard. But if you can do that, journaling, it's something that when I ask you, what do, you can answer me, this is what I do. Because if you say, I don't know, once in a while I'll do this, once I'll do that, that means most of the time it's stress, because you're not giving yourself, you're not aware of those moments. So we have to change to consciously decide, I have to take some time off and do something that helps me relax, so that we can spend more time in the calm state. Very good. Thank you very much for sharing. We have beautiful playing games. That's amazing. Deep breathing, reading, whatever works. Some people just going out for a coffee. And we discussed it many times. If you do something, even if you do it every day, it might not be something that you relax. Let's say you drink coffee every day. So you're still, it's part of the to-do list and you're thinking about everything you have to do. But all you have to tell yourself is, I'm gonna mindfully, I'll be mindful, I'll be right here in the now for 2 minutes drinking my coffee. If you tell yourself that, then you're spending the next 2 minutes in the present moment. And that itself helps you relax. Taking a shower. You're taking a shower because that's what you have to do and then go to sleep, or you can decide, let me enjoy it. Let me take it in just a few minutes and relax. So you have to be aware. And what we're trying to do is to trigger. We're triggering the parasympathetic response. We're triggering that calm state. Because if we don't trigger it ourselves, it's not going to come by itself. So what can we do to become more relaxed? Exercise helps, workout. Afterwards, it feels good. Deep breathing. But we're going to look for something that's easy, that you can do during a day, that you don't have to go out, stop anything. So one example is deep breathing. You could be at work a lot going on. All you have to do is take 3 deep breaths. And again, that means you're consciously deciding, you know what? I want to feel relaxed for a few seconds now. So you take a deep breath in and you let it out. People do that. They do 1 because they're so stressed. They go, oh. Now, if you did that, do 2 more. That 2 more that's consciously. The one that you did before was subconscious. Your body felt it needs some fresh air. Now take 2 more. You deserve it. Give it to yourself. Just to relax, that conscious relaxation. We discussed the havening technique, whether it's just feeling, touching, and giving yourself that hug just for a few moments, something that relaxes you, which can be easy. So whatever it is, again, it should be something that you are aware of, something that you do, you're mindful. And even the word mindful, that means asking yourself the question, where am I now? Just asking yourself that question will bring you into the moment. It will help you relax a little bit. Or what am I feeling now? What's going on? Why do I feel this way? Like, whoa. It could be the past half hour you're busy with something you weren't aware. And by just asking yourself that question, you come back home. You come back into the moment like, whoa, there's a lot going on. That's right. So that takes a second. Doesn't take too long. And what we want to do is trigger these small, easy things. I would say maybe every hour. The more you do it, the better. Every now and then, stop, do something that works for you. Doesn't mean that you have to get up from your desk if you're at work, but just do it, whether it's the 3 deep breaths or just ask yourself, how am I feeling? So that we can trigger those relaxation response in our bodies, and that's going to help us for our whole day. And basically, instead of being in the stressed state, and it takes over our whole body and we start feeling sick or whatever it is, we can slowly go into feeling more relaxed. So it should be something that you can come up with. Now, to end tonight is something very easy, a technique that it helps. Again, it's something easy. You can do it under your desk. It might sound a little silly, but just follow me and let's see how it feels. So basically how it works is by pressing your thumb. There's something there that's connected to your brain, and to just press your thumb, stimulate just for 15 or 20 seconds. Just press it. It doesn't have to be too hard. And you might start feeling something in your body, and whatever you feel is okay. Just like that. $15 to 20 seconds. And after pressing your thumb, you squeeze the outside of your thumb, just like this. Squeeze both sides. Hold it down for a few seconds. Just breathe, continue breathing, and squeeze as much as possible. And you might start feeling some sensations behind your nose, in the sinus area, or by your eyes, and just squeeze. Keep on breathing. That's it. Beautiful. And just like that, just for 20 or 30 seconds, you can do it for a minute, you'll feel something in your body, whether it's relaxed or you'll feel a little bit opening up by your eyes and by your nose. So again, that's stimulating whatever it is in your thumb, just squeezing it for 15 to 20 seconds. And then pressing both sides of your nail for 30 to a minute, 30 seconds to a minute, and just squeezing and being there and breathe. Keep on breathing. This is something that I learned from a doctor. His name is Dr. Mendel. Again, this is not my technique. And he's the doctor. I'm not a neuroscientist. I don't know much about the brain, but a little bit, just to be able to take 60 seconds. And by doing that, automatically you feel relaxed. And the more relaxed we are, the better our immune system is. It can take care of what it needs to, and just be in that state of well-being, of healing. Just being in that state. And our body, you know, Baruch Hashem put inside of us what we need to heal. And many of us need that healing. If you're constantly stressed, then what we need is a little bit of healing. So again, find that small thing that works for you, something that you can do at your desk or at home while you're cooking. Become aware of that thing. So next time, start doing it every hour. Put on your timer. Every hour, just take 15, 20 seconds. That's it. 3 deep breaths. Or become mindful. Ask yourself, where am I? What am I feeling? You come back here. Do the stimulation with the finger. Just nobody has to see. Nobody knows what you're doing. You're on your own. It just helps you to relax. And by doing this a few times during the day, slowly we'll come back. For all of us that were so stressed, so overwhelmed, and there's so much going on. And even if there's nothing really going on, but in our minds, we're maybe lonely, we're not happy with our situation, not happy about A, B, and C, not happy about that. There's not too much going on, but our mind is occupied. What can I do about this? What should I do about that? I'm not happy. I'm not happy. That itself is stressful. You know, find some sun. Just to sit in the sun for a few minutes, just relax. If you can't do that, find different things that help you relax and get into that state of relaxation so that you can heal and boost your immune system. So thank you very much for being here tonight. And again, as always, thank yourself for taking some time off, for allowing yourself or that inner child to be with that inner child that needs some time, not to be running and so stressed. Just take some time off and be here. Time for myself. You deserve it and you need it. So thank you very much. Again, the recordings are available on menachembernfeld.com. Any feedback, welcome, coachmenachem@gmail.com. If you feel you need somebody to help you be accountable with all of these exercises, send me an email every hour. I'm not going to respond to them, but at least you feel, oh, I didn't send it to him this hour, now this hour. Just you have somewhere to send it and to see your progress. You can have your own sheet of paper and write down, today I did it 5 times, and today I did it 8 times. Today I didn't do it at all. So you become aware of where you are, become aware of your progress, become aware, just self-aware. Just like that. So I want to thank you all and just become aware. How do you feel now? How do you feel? Now, if you feel relaxed, thank you very much for that feedback. You can stay there. You don't have to get up. We're going to finish in a minute, but you don't have to get up. Just stay there. Do whatever works, deep breathing, and enjoy it. Like we discussed many times, do it when it's not stressful. Do it when you have a quiet moment. Do it when things are okay. So that when things are overwhelmed, or when you're stressed out, you can come back. It's easier to come back to that state. But if you only wake up when you're overwhelmed and you want to do these exercises, very hard. Because you're already running and your mind is all over the place. So thank you very much. And I'll see you in Menachem next week, Wednesday night. Enjoy and have a good night and a good week.